It's not really a category of science, but it's the way the public perceives science as presented in the media and by the government. So governments have some sort of goal in mind, and so they will take papers from journals or maybe no papers at all, and then they will present, we're following the science here. And so that's one thing you always have to be aware of, is when you see something in the media, do they have a reference to any peer-reviewed papers in that media article? And if they do, check the paper out to see, have they honestly represented this paper? And for example, I saw one in our national network here last year. They're saying, this is our latest discovery. And oh, that's interesting. And they got a link there. So I checked out the link. And it was a major thing, but they only had a sample size of just over 60 people. And that made national news. And they arrived at a solid conclusion where 60 people for a sample size in the area they were talking about is really a very poor, very low sample size. And you've got to be really careful about extrapolating from a sample size that small.
And what Kirk is saying, and what I believe on this, is probably the same. If you drill down and you look at the data and you look at the who's funding it, all of those things, regardless of whether it's a science paper or something that's coming out of the theological seminary, like, there's biases involved everywhere. Yeah. And so you need to really figure out, who am I putting my faith in when it comes to this this theory or this statement that's being made, whether it's faith or science. It always comes down to, who do you trust? Who are you going to put your faith in? And